Good evening. It's Saturday night. I'm Jack Abraham.
I'm Giacomo Smith, and welcome to Kansas Smitties.
Nice. Everyone sitting there back at home, welcome. Nice to have you back. And for everyone, I do that every week just to test myself. And for everyone who's watching this, and whenever you're tuning in, sitting down to watch this, we hope you enjoy the show tonight. It's gonna be a good one, right?
Can't wait. Yeah, it's a great lineup and a great kind of out of my comfort zone thing to be digging into, and I'm really excited to do it. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, is this one of the harder ones? Like, when you're you're an architect of your own downfall here because you do the programming, but
right.
When you're looking at it, are there certain ones you're like, oh yeah, that's going to be fun, and that one I'm kind of scared of?
Yeah, I think this is one of those. I think there's I don't know what you call it. So it's kind of like there's a little trap in this music because it sounds simple, right? You listen to it. It's one of those classic things that sounds really natural and it's easy on the ear, when you listen to it. A lot of the melodies are so well composed and they flow so well, but then you try to learn them. I mean, the song "Long As You're Living Yours," which is the second track we're going to play tonight, when you're listening to it, it sounds like there's nothing to it, and then you try and learn it, and every phrase is different. It's almost like one of those Antonio Carlos Jobim kind of things, where every little phrase has another nuance, and yeah.
It's in those details. And I guess we should say, at this point, the record you're playing is Keith Jarrett's "Belonging." Right?
Correct. Yeah, and the record has a kind of a cool story. It's a 1974 release, and I think actually you told me that it's his first album for ECM in an ensemble. Is that right? Yeah,
because before that it was all the solo stuff and the Cologne concert and that whole thing that just like blew up.
Right.
And then it was with the quintet.
Yeah, I mean he at the same time, and something that actually Joe, who's playing piano tonight, Joe Webb, suggested. Keith Jarrett had an American quartet at the same time, and it was only called the American Quartet because comparatively this was the first outing of the European quartet. Otherwise, it would just be his quartet. And that was comprised of people who had played in the kind of free jazz movement with Ornette Coleman and others. And that was Paul Motion, Charlie Hayden, and Dewey Redman. And that, for many Keith Jarrett fans, now people out there will maybe disagree with this, but if you're a big Keith Jarrett fan, usually people say that was the best band he ever had. Right? If you're a diehard Keith Jarrett fan, now drop it in the comments. If you disagree and you think we know nothing about Keith Jarrett, then prove us wrong. But many people say that was one of the best ensembles he had. Now, I actually prefer, in some respects, this European unit because it's so polished, right? And his tunes, he really shines as the star,
Right.
Which is different from the American one because you have a lot of big personalities that were a little bit older than he was, a little bit more established. And in this European quartet, he's the big dude who's come over. Manfred Eicher pairs him with Jan Garbarek, and they make this record. And it's apparently the session lasted 2 hours. They got it. We make records quickly, and it takes us 3 days. 2 hours is pretty good.
It's pretty good.
So yeah, that's a little bit of the backstory.
And who's in the band tonight?
So we have Joe Webb on piano, Will Sach on the double bass, and Luca Caruso on drums, and a very special guest, someone who we worked with and you would have seen on our Christmas concert, or was it New Year's Day? New Year's Day concert.
The big band, supersized band.
Kansas Smitties Supersize. Camilla George is going to be coming and playing some alto sax, so very much looking forward to that.
Excellent. All right. You'd better go and get yourself set up. Hopefully you guys are all set up back at home. I'll be jumping on the chat as soon as they go live. And enjoy the music. And I'll catch up with you in a little bit.
That's the amazing Joe Webb on the piano. We hope you enjoyed that one. We broke the script there a little bit because I think I counted in Spiral Dance a little too slow. But that's okay, because we picked it right up with a tune called In Flight, which once again draws on this parallel between Keith Jarrett's European and American groups in the same year. So I think those two albums, that In Flight song is off of an album called Backhand, I think was recorded just 3 months after the quartet in Europe recorded Belonging. And it's really interesting to hear, Keith Jarrett is bringing in his compositions to these musicians. And the compositions have a lot of similarities because they're generated from him in the same time period. But the way that the bands play is completely different. And I won't describe it, but just check out the records when you get a minute. They're both amazing in their own rights, and so is this band tonight. We have Luca Caruso on the drums, Will Sach on the bass. Camilla George is going to be joining us for a tune very shortly, so stick around for that. This next tune, for any Steely Dan fans out there, is called Long As You're Living Yours. And if you know Gaucho from, I think it's 1981. Is Gaucho 81? Or anyway, a few years later, it's striking. There's a striking similarity in the melody, and so striking, in fact, that Keith Jarrett sued Donald Fagen and ended up becoming one of the writers, magically became one of the writers of Gaucho. So this is called Long As You're Living Yours.
Yo. I'm just chilling, to be honest with you. How are you guys doing? It's a real vibe in the room right now. Keep it going, don't stop. Those of you who've been tuning into the previous 2 or 3 will know that this is usually the part where I tell you all about our plans. But I want to cast my mind back a little bit, because we made this record in 2018, and it's called Broadway 2018, at the bar that we ran on Broadway Market. Some of you will have been there. Some of you will have been at this bar, which was above our bar, actually. That's me in a chicken suit. I'll do anything. I will do literally anything for Kansas Smitties. So we made this record, but we didn't know, obviously, then that would be, that this record actually might come to stand for like a 5-year period where we were at that building in that space. That came to an abrupt end last year. Obviously, I'm sure many of your plans too were disrupted, to say the least. We have plans to relaunch Kansas Smitties 2.0 later this year at a new venue, hopefully not too far from where I'm sitting right now. And we want all of you guys to come and be there with us. But to get to that point, we need your support now, to keep putting this music out there, to keep booking these bands, to keep having Joe play behind me as I say things like this. He doesn't come cheap these days, especially not for background music. But no, seriously, we have a great team here. We're really proud of what we've achieved, and it's been an incredible journey, and it's been a lot of fun. But we couldn't do it without you guys, and we need that support. So, if you like t-shirts, we got t-shirts. If you like vinyls, pick up a vinyl. They also go really well to put on your shelf if you don't have a record player. They're a real conversation starter for those dinner parties you're thinking about having now. Also, we should start selling shelves. Giacomo has got better at putting up shelves in the time that I've known him. And also, you can check out the PayPal link in the box below this video. It all really does help. If you're enjoying this gig, think of it like any other gig you've ever been to. Usually someone at the door says, have you got a ticket? Think of it as your ticket. And we really appreciate the support. I think their tune's going to start again in any minute from now. So thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the show.
that is the drums off of Fort Yana, which is a live album of Keith Jarrett's American Quartet. And Camilla George is here in the studio with us. Thank you so much for coming to guest. That was incredible.
Thank you for having me.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. So we talked about this a little up front, and I had said to you, "Do you play any tenor? Can you bring the tenor?" And you said, "It's not my thing. It's not my thing." And I said, "Well, you know what? Come and do it anyway," because Dewey Redman played tenor. But I love the idea of embodying. It's like when Jalen came here and sang Billie Holiday songs, or embodying the voice of another being can be a really inspiring thing. Can you talk a little bit about how you think about that, or if you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I have to confess that I didn't know this tune. I didn't actually know it at all. And although I've listened to a bit of Dewey Redman, I hadn't listened to that much. So it was a real opportunity to delve into the kind of back catalogue. It's quite interesting to approach it as an alto player. I was trying not to play too much. I think I failed, but I was
Definitely
really trying to kind of embody
There was none.
the Dewey, some of the phrasing. I think he's just such an interesting player. It's not just a tenor alto thing. I think it's just checking out somebody's personal style.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a really interesting. Take on it. What do you hear in terms of influences in this music? I hear a lot of different things, but I'm curious if you hear other jazz influences in it, or I know that your new project is looking into music from Africa and personal inspirations to you. Do you hear any of that in here, or not really?
I can hear kind of a South African vibe to this music. That's quite interesting. I need to do some more research into that, because I don't know. Yeah,
I think he was really taken with. I think Keith Jarrett was really taken with Abdullah Ibrahim, so that would make sense.
Yeah.
That's some of that in there. But yeah.
Yeah, it's just really nice. And then the groove stuff, I just think it's a great blend of different styles.
Yeah, agreed. Well, thank you so much for coming and playing.
Welcome.
And when's the new record out?
Yeah, that's the $1 million question.
Okay, all right. So stay tuned.
Please stay
tuned. Check out
tuned.
Camilla George on Instagram, on the web, everywhere, hopefully in person soon.
Yes, fingers crossed.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to do the title track off of this album. This is called Belonging. Belonging.
And we have one more track for you tonight. Give it up wherever you are for Camilla George. And go check out her... Do you mind? Sorry. And go check out her music on whatever streaming platform is your pleasure. It's the last time I'm going to catch up with you tonight. So I want to say thank you to everyone who's been donating. I want to thank you to the couple of people who bought a T-shirt already. I will get them in the post to you personally on Monday morning. And yeah, there's still time. If you're watching this in the future and it's already happened, hello from the past. I hope it's still sunny. You too can still get involved in the PayPal and check out the T-shirts and vinyls. Next week, we see the return of the biggest small band, the smallest big band in town, Smitty's Big Four, which is, it's going to be a really fun show next Saturday night. And we also have a special guest who is, I think in Giacomo's words, going to kick his ass, Julian Bliss, who'll be joining them as well on a few tunes. So that should be a,
He's not.
Oh yeah, he is.
It's two.
Cool. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We've got one more song. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and hopefully we'll see you next weekend here on KSTV. Take care. Good night.